Go, Nicholas.
And second pitch. There's a bunt right back to the pitcher. Throw down at first. And Nicholas is on with a bunt single.
Good job, Nicholas.
And second pitch. There's a bunt.
The smallest one?
So Nicholas moved to second. Sorry, I'll update the scoreboard here in just a second, folks. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty. There's a ground ball back to short. Throw over to first. Nicholas is going to come in and score. That ball gets away from the first baseman. Koa's going to go to second base. And Tropics lead it 1-0 here in the top of the first. That brings in John. On deck is Tucker. There's the first pitch. There goes Koa swinging a foul. Swinging a miss. Strike one. And Koa goes to third. There's a line shot to shortstop. Nice snag. Throw over to third. And they get him. Double play. What a job by the shortstop. You grab that one out of the air and turn the double play. And that is 2 quick outs for the Tropics. All right, that brings in Tucker. Easton on deck. There's a fly ball in the left field. Left fielder's under it, loses it, and the sun goes over his head. And Tucker is going to go into second base with a stand-up double. That gets away from the second baseman. And he'll go over to third. That brings in Easton. McCoy on deck. Two down. It's a fly ball in the infield. Pitcher can't quite get to it. And another run scores, and Easton's on.
All right, come on. Keep the rally going.
Good job, Tucker.
Come on. Y'all can do it.
So the Tropics extend the lead by another run here and make it 2-0. And the pitch. Ball low. That's a 1-0 count. Again, thanks for joining us on YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, either one, please follow, like, and share. We'd really appreciate that. Helps our channel grow. As Easton still's third. It's a 1-1 count. So I guess that last one was called a strike. And here's the 1-1 delivery. Line shot, shortstop makes the catch, and that is 3 outs. However, Tropics put up 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error and 1 left at the end of a half inning. It is 2-0 in favor of the Tropics. Coming up in the bottom of the inning for the Tridents is going to be Landon, Declan, and JD. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. Landon stepped in the batter's box, takes ball 1. Bryce is on the mound. Behind the plate is Nicholas. On deck is Declan. He'll be followed by JD. That's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning, just getting underway here in this one. Second 10U game of the day. It's called strike between the Tridents and the Tropics. We covered the Tropics and the Canes in the first one at 9 o'clock. Following this one at 12:30-ish start, and I say that, I mean the broadcast start, that is, will be 11U action. There's a pop fly to the pitcher, 1 away. Excuse me, the first baseman. That brings in Declan. On deck is JD. And the pitch. Ball low. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. Tropics lead this one so far 2-0. And it's 2-1. So ground ball back to the pitcher. That gets through. Fielded by the shortstop over to first. They get him. What a play. Nice job out there. That brings in JD. On deck is Mason. Mason is the catcher for the Tridents in this one. It's a ball outside, 1-0. Again, Bryce on the mound for the Tropics. Behind the plate is Nicholas.
Here we go, JD. Holt, move. Holt.
And it's 1-1.
Good job, boys.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. That's a line shot in the right field. Nice catch by the right fielder going down to his knees. And that is 3 outs. So 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 1. It's the Tropics 2. Coming up for the Tropics in the top of the second inning is going to be Bryce, followed by Curran and Kendon. This is Doc on the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back.
You can do it, Bryce. Fucking get balls in.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Actually, that's strike 3. So I missed a strike in there. My apologies for that, folks. So 1 down. That brings in Curran. On deck is Kindon. There's a bunt. Right back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields it to first base. And they get him. So 2 down. That brings in Kindon. On deck is Nicholas. The ball up. So it's a 1 count. Nobody on. 2 outs. Tropics lead it 2-0. We're in the top of the 2nd inning. Ball low. 2-2. Or excuse me, 2-0. And that's 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Call strike. So ground ball to third. Fielded cleanly. Over to first. And that gets through on the errant throw. That's going nice backup by the right fielder. Throw to second. Not in time. And Kindon is on second base. With 2 outs.
Let's go, Nicholas.
They're bringing Nicholas. And the pitch. There goes Kindon to third. No throw. That's ball 1. So Kindon at third with 2 outs. 1-0 count to Nicholas. Jake delivers to Mason. Called strike, and it's 1-1.
You got this, Nicholas.
Go pick that up.
And the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Touched by the pitcher, but I don't think they would have got. It's an RBI, so we're going to call it an RBI single for Nicholas, as he would have outbeat that one. So another run in for the Tropics with 2 down. That brings in Koa. There goes Nicholas. Actually, it's a pinch runner for Nicholas. That'd be Kindon that's running. Ball 1. Or it could be Curran. I'm not 100% sure who that is out there right now. I didn't see the number. Although I do know it's not Nicholas. He's the catcher of record. There's a line shot in the left field. That's going all the way to the fence. And that's going to be a ground rule double. RBI by Koa. So that scores another one for the Tropics. Sorry about the base running, folks. I'll talk to my engineer and make sure that they are also documenting who's on the base where. It's a nice hit by Koa, though, and extends the lead to 4 for the Tropics. That brings in John. And on deck is Tucker. Ball high. That gets away. And throw comes home. Not in time. And Koa scores. And makes it 5-0. So 1-0 count on John, 2 outs, 3 runs across this inning. Tucker on deck. Jake gets a sign. He delivers to Mason. Swing and a miss. And it's a 1-1 count. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike to Tucker. Or excuse me, John. And it's 1-2.
Stay alive, stay alive.
It's a line shot in the right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Nice cutoff by the right fielder. And John to hold it first with a 2-out single.
That's what we talking about.
That'll bring in Tucker.
All right.
There's a ground ball back up the middle. That's going to get through for a hit. Another run scores. And Tucker's on with an RBI single. So the inning continues. There goes Tucker. Foul ball. It's 0-1. And there goes Tucker again. Foul ball again. That's 0-2. To Easton. On deck is McCoy. Pop fly, foul. That's going to be out of play. Oh, nope, it stays in play, but it's, unreachable by the third baseman. So it remains 0-2. Tucker remains at first. And there goes Tucker again. Called strike, and that is the inning. So 4 runs on 4 hits. 1 left on base at the end of 1.5. It is the Tropics 6, Tridents 0. Coming up for the Tridents is going to be Mason, Harrison, and Jake. This is Doc on the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, here we go. Mason stepping in with Harrison on deck, getting the bottom of the second inning underway here in the Publix Park Palooza tournament in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida. And it is an 0-1 count. So no balls, one strike. If you're watching on Facebook, please like, share, subscribe. That helps our channel grow. It doesn't cost you anything. It's ball one and one. And if you're on Facebook, please like, share, and follow. Again, that helps our channels grow. Also, check us out on all the social media sites. Swing and a miss, strike two. It's 1 and 2 count now. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. And, of course, Facebook and YouTube. Lots of material up there, so make sure you check it out. Ground ball right back to Bryce. Bryce throws the first, and that is one out. So one down. So again, Bryce is still on the mound. Behind the plate is still Nicholas. No balls, one strike, one out. We are in the second. Bottom of the second to be exact. Ball one. 1-1 count. And here's the 1-1 from Bryce. There's a line shot. Shortstop. Nice catch. That's two down. So two outs. That brings in Jake. On deck is RC. Called strike on the outside corner. And that's 0-1. Foul ball. Out of play. 0-2. So no balls, two strikes, two outs. Nobody on. Bottom of second. And here's the 0-2 delivery by Bryce to Jake. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that is three outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of two, it's Tropics 6, Tridents 0. Coming up for the Tropics in the top of the third is going to be McCoy, Bryce, and Kern. This is Doc with the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, everyone, we're back. Stepping in is McCoy. We got a new pitcher for the Tridents. That's going to be RC. Mason's still behind the plate. And here's the first pitch from RC to McCoy. Ball one. And it's 2-0. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to third. Fielded cleanly over to first. And that is one out. So one down. That brings in Bryce. On deck is Curran. It's a foul ball off the plate. It's an 0-1 count. So no balls, one strike. And the pitch. Pop fly on the infield. Second baseman and looks at the pitch and no one takes it. And Bryce is on with an infield single. Let's see if they pinch run for him. That would be McCoy that would need to go in and pinch run. They are. The reason why I called McCoy is McCoy would be the last batted out, and indeed it is McCoy. Pinch running. So Curran steps in. On deck is Kindon. Tropics lead this one 6-0. Top of the third. Pitch. There goes McCoy. Throw over the ground ball back to RC. And that is 2 outs. As Bryce actually McCoy, who's running for Bryce, goes to second base. All right, so 2 down, 1 on. Kindon steps in. On deck is Nicholas. Kindon scored his last time up. There goes McCoy. Swing and a miss. Strike one as McCoy takes third. I'm laughing just because of the way he slid into third base there. He waited till he got right to the back and then all of a sudden dropped. It's an 0-1 count. The pitch from RC. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Foul ball. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. That is McCoy running for Bryce. RC gets a sign from Mason. Delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is 3 outs. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left at the end of 2.5. It's Tropics 6, Tridents 0. Coming up for the Tridents in the bottom of the third, it's going to be RC, Jackson, N, and Jackson S. This is Doc with USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Bryce is still on the mound. Nicholas behind the play. RC steps in, takes ball 1.
Indiana is beating Michigan 7-0.
That's good news. Yeah, we owned them for like 20 years. You got to remember that. So, little college football banter behind us here. I believe it's 2 strikes and 1 ball on RC. That's 3-1, so I was wrong. And here's the 3-1. That's ball 4. So that'll put RC on with a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 3rd. That brings in Jackson N. On deck is Jackson S. All right, so we're set to get going here.
Here we go, Jackson.
There's the pitch. Bunt right back to the pitcher. Throw to first. They do not get him. He's safe. Nice backup by the right fielder. Here comes the throw a runner home. And they get the runner into second. Nice job by the right fielder, but a run does score and puts the Tridents on the board 6-1. And there is 1 down. Let's see, 9-6. All right, so there's a swing and a miss, strike 1 to Jackson S. So the Tridents are on the board. Lead by the Tropics is 6-1. There's a ground ball to first base. That was pretty much golf there. Wow, how he pulled that out, I don't know. But that is 2 outs. All the fields, if you notice, or maybe you can't, maybe you don't notice, but all the fields are turf. So 100% turf fields. And so that's why that ball stayed so true and to the ground like that. So imagine on a putting green, same concept. So here we go. Here, Landon steps in back to the top of the order. Landon 0 for 1 today, or at least in this game. There's a ball outside, and it's 1-0. 2 outs, somebody on. Tridents put 1 across so far this inning. Pitch by Bryce, up just a little bit. 2-0.
Come on, you can do it, man.
And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. 3-0. So again, surrounded by pine forest everywhere. Just absolutely beautiful. What a facility and complex this is. You actually got to come out and see it. There's ball 4. And a 2-out walk issued to Landon. But I'll tell you, the complex itself is just absolutely incredible. Swing and a miss off foul ball. So Landon was on his way to second, and it's an 0-1 count on the foul ball. So it means Landon's going to have to go back to first base. My guess is he will take off on this pitch. There he goes. Nice stop by Nicholas. Throw down. Not in time. It's a 1-1 count to Declan. a pitch. Swing and a miss. It's a throw to third. Not in time. He heads home. Here's the throw home. They got him in a rundown.
Don't grab it.
And this one's really dragging out here. Let's see. That gets away. And now he's good. Now Landon's going to score. And that makes it 6-2. So I think the count's still 1-1. That is indeed. And the pitch. 2-1. There's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Filled it cleanly over to first. And that is 3 outs. However, Tridents pick up 2 on 1 hit. No errors. And nobody left on base. At the end of 3, it is the Tropics 6, Tridents 2. Coming up for All right, folks, we are back to live action here in the Publix Park Palooza 10U action, second game, Tropics Tridents. Top of the 4th inning, Nicholas steps in and bunts foul, and it's 0-1. Just getting underway here in the top of the 4th. Tropics lead at 6-2. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. If this game goes full time limits, either way, we're probably going to have a late broadcast start, that is, to the 11U matchup. So just stay tuned, and you'll see us go live. Just make sure you hit that notification bell. And then, of course, Facebook, you'll get notified on Facebook, too, that we go live, as long as you've liked and followed the channel. Oh, it's 2-2. There's the 2-2 from RC. It is 3-2. So full count to Nicholas. On deck is Koa. Nicholas has singled twice and scored twice and drove in an RBI. He's had quite the game so far. Swing and a miss. And that's going to go backs up, and Nicholas is going to easily be on first base. That brings in Koa. John on deck. Koa reached on the error and doubled and scored. And the pitch. There goes Nicholas. Ball off the plate. That's 1-0. pitch. It's a fly ball in the center field. That ball is, wow, nice diving try by the center fielder. That's going to the fence. That's going to score a run. Koa goes in to second base with his second stand-up double in this game. That'll bring in John. Koa easily goes into second base. And I believe it's a 1-0 count to John. On deck is Tucker. Tucker is 2 for 2. Koa at third. Nobody out. There's a pop fly on the infield. Shortstop coming in, makes the catch. And that is one away. So one down. That brings in Tucker. Easton on deck. Ball inside. And it's 1-0. Foul ball. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1 in so far this inning. This tournament's put on by USSSA and broadcast by USSSA Sports Network. It's ball outside. It's 2-1. I want to thank Matt Grant for his tireless efforts to pull this tournament together and make it happen. I also want to thank Tim Labus and Nick for their support and all that. So RC checks Koa at third. He's back. And the pitch. Ball off the plate. 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Tucker. And the pitch. Ball 4. And runners on the corners. That brings in Tucker. Excuse me, that was Tucker. That brings in Easton with McCoy on deck. So Tucker's getting a gigantic lead. Let's see. More than likely they'll do well, we'll see what they do. I think I'll speculate on this pitch. That pitch is wild. It goes off, and there comes another run. Safe as Tucker goes all the way to third. Makes it 8-2. That wild pitch brought Koa in. It's a 1-0 count. It's 2-0, 1-1 count to Easton. And here's the 1-1. 1-2. Oh, 2-1. I had that in reverse. Sorry about that. So 2-1 count to Easton. And now it's 3-1. Tucker remains at third. McCoy is on deck. He led off the inning. There's 2 down. Sorry, folks. I messed that up. And here's the pitch. That's ball 4. So runners on the corners. So back-to-back walks issued by the Tridents. Let me correct a couple things here. Ball 1 to McCoy as Easton goes to second base. Bryce on deck. And the pitch. Ground ball to first or second. And they do get him to throw home. Not in time. That scores 2. So that's 2 down.
Charge the ball!
And the Tropics, base is clear now. Tropics now take a 10-2 lead with 2 down. That brings in Bryce. Ball outside. 1-0. So a 10-2 lead here. Here's the pitch. Ball off the plate. 2-0. And now the count is 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 4 runs across this inning for the Tropics. On 1 hit. It's ball inside, 3-1. Coming up for the Tridents on bottom of the end is going to be batters 3, 4, and 5. There's a ball outside, and that's ball 4. Bryce is on. So 2-out walk issued by RC. That brings in Curran. Kindon on deck. RC checks the runner. There it goes, delivers. Foul ball right here at the plate. We get a number on that. Who's running for Bryce? No. So I missed the number, but there was a pinch runner for Bryce because he is the pitcher, and Curran at the plate with an 0-1 count on him. And that would be McCoy running. It's a ball inside. It's 1-1. McCoy is on second base. He's pinch running for Bryce. The reason why McCoy is running is because he was the last batted out. And throw to third. They get him at third. What a job. Pitcher to third, and that is 3 outs. which means Curran will come back up to the plate. His next at bat. All right, so 4 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left at the end of 3.5. It's the Tropics 10, the Tridents 2. Coming up for the Tridents is JD, Mason, and Harrison. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. gosh. I'm talking. Folks, I'm so sorry. Let me do a quick recap. I just realized I don't think I went live. So we are going to have a pitching change for the Tropics. So JD walked. He ended up scoring. Mason reached on error, and he's at third base. And Harrison has walked, and he's at first base. He got hit by pitch. So that's where we are. Haven't missed a lot here. But Bryce is no longer pitching. Let's see who. I think Bryce is going to put on the catcher's gear now. And all right, so it requires a mask. So Easton's going to catch whoever the pitcher is. I'm going to try to find that out here in just a second, who that is on the mound. And that is John. So John is pitching now for the Tropics. And now with that, we'll take a quick break. Again, my apologies for the mute. I will make sure I come back off mute when we come back in the broadcast in just a minute. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. All right, we're back. As promised, I am muted this time. All right, so we got Jake still at the plate, or coming up to the plate, I should say. RC is on deck. John on the mound. Bryce now behind the plate. And here we go. And the pitch. There goes the runner. That gets through. And that's going to score another one. So the Tridents got 4 on the board now. Hey, pitch scoring that run. It's 10-4. Called strike, throw down to third, and they get him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Way to do it.
So that's one down. It's a 1-1 count, I believe. Yeah, indeed it is. There's the pitch from John. 2-1.
Yeah, third base that
So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul ball. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 runs across this inning, making it 10-4. And extending the game into the 5th.
Come on. Playing the defense.
And the pitch. Foul ball right back at us here. And it remains 2-2. Clear blue skies with just some light, just enough to keep the sun down. And it's now full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And here's the payoff pitch from John. Ball 4. So 1 out walk issued by John. Puts Jake on first base. Pinch. No, Jake's going to stay in running. Oh, I'm sorry. Jake's not on the mound. Jake's not on the mound anymore. It's RC. Oh wait. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, folks. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. Jake was the starting pitcher. RC is now the current pitcher. Jake gets the lead. There he goes. Ball high. Throw down. Not in time. It's a 1-0 count. Still only 1 out. Called strike. That's 1-1. It's a nice. Oh, that errant throw back to the pitcher cost the runner going to third. So now Jake is at third base. Nice cool breeze coming in. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 to RC. And that is 2-2 now. Jake holds at third. So ground ball back up the middle, fielded by the shortstop over to first. And they get him, but another run scores on the fielder's choice by RC. So it makes it 10-5. Base is clear, 2 down. That brings in Jackson in. He singled his first time up. It's a ball way outside, 1-0. And the pitch. That's a strike. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 3 runs in, nobody on base. Bottom of the 4th inning. And that makes it 2-1. So in this one, the pitching and defense for the Tropics was really good in the first 2 innings. They got Tridents 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and then the Tridents started chipping away at the lead past 2 innings. So it's made it very interesting. And it's 3-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So John works it back to a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. I dropped third strike. They tag him out. And that is 3 outs. However, Tridents pick up 3 on no hits, believe it or not. No errors, and nobody left at the end of 4 innings. It's a 10-5 game. Coming up for the Tropics in the 5th is going to be Curran, Kendon, and Nicholas. This is Doc of the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. Okay, folks, we're back. Ready to get underway here in the top of the 5th. We do have a pitching change for the Tridents. It's going to be Declan now pitching. Mason's still behind the plate. All right, here we go. So coming up next is going to be the Hawks and the PCB Tarpon. We will immediately, after this game ends, there's a ball outside to Curran. So it's Curran, Kindon, and back to the top of the order with Nicholas. We'll cover the 11U game coming up right after this one. So we'll break down here, hustle over. There's a ground ball back to Declan, throw over to first. They get him. And that is one away. So again, thank you all for joining. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow. We'd really appreciate it, both on Facebook and YouTube. That helps our channel grow and helps provide enhanced capabilities for you, the fans, down the road. Also helps us get sponsors and advertisers. All right, so Kindon steps in. And the pitch. Ball high. 1-0. Like I said, as soon as this one's over, we'll head over to the 11U setup and get the ball rolling over there. There's a ground ball to short. Mishandled, and that's going to put Kindon on first. So Kindon's on. That brings in Nicholas. Bring as much coverage of that 11U game as possible. And there goes Kindon. Ball outside. No throw. Swapping defensive positions here. RC going to center field. I'm not sure who that is coming in. And the pitch. Called strike as Kindon goes to third. So it's a 1-1 count on Nicholas.
Stay alive, stay alive.
It's a bunt back to the pitcher. Throw to first. They get him. Run scores. So nice job on the sacrifice bunts. Gives 11-5 lead for the Tropics. So one down. So great job there on the bunt by Nicholas. Did you get that run in? Next up is Koa. Koa's doubled twice and reached on air, scored 3 times, drove in an RBI. It's a ball off the plate. And the pitch. It's a line shot in center field. That's getting down for a hit. And Koa's on for another hit. That brings in John Tucker coming out on deck. No. Ball inside. That gets away. That's going to score Koa. And Tropics to lead it 12 to 5. Excuse me. Oops. I did that right the first time. It's 2-1. Sorry about that, everybody. So 2-1 count to John. There's a ground ball to third. Fielded. Over to first. They get him. Nice play. It's a nice play by JD. And it's 2 down. That brings in Tucker. Oh, that's 3 outs. Oh, that is 3 outs. Wow. I totally missed that, folks. Sorry about that. All right. So 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left at the end of 4.5. It's a 12 to 5 lead in favor of the Tropics. Coming up for the Tridents in the bottom of the 5th, it's going to be Jackson S., Landon, and Declan. This is Doc of the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. John's still on the mound. Bryce still behind the plate. Again, coming up is Jackson S. to the plate right now. On deck is going to be Landon. Actually, not is going to be. He is on deck. And here we go. Ball off the plate. And it's a 1-0 count to Jackson.